Hey, so my initial impressions on the Crusader Intrepid, I gotta say that it missed the mark. So aesthetically, it falls a bit short. Still looks pretty cool. Um, you can tell it's got some Crusader design elements, and the VTOLs are pretty neat. Um, it looks it looks pretty tough, I guess, as a ship overall. The engines protrude a little bit extra, more so than I would like. Um, from this angle, it looks pretty good. The nose is a little fat. Not really sure what all this extra space is being used for. Yeah, I don't see anything to interact with there. I mean, you could probably have put something extra here, maybe a tractor beam. Um, would have been cool. The gun looks good now. That upgraded size on the weaponry is definitely a plus. Before it looked a little out of place. Um, thrusters are pretty well integrated. Overall, it's fairly streamlined ship. The landing gear looks good. Um, I don't know. It's slightly off from where I expected it to be. I feel like it's missing just a few things here or there that could have really changed the design and made it a little bit better, but overall, not a deal breaker in terms of design. Love the ramp or stairs, I guess. Uh, I had that on my starter ship, the 100i, and definitely, definitely a plus. So, as you enter the ship's interior, you got your Crusader logo right there, and it seems pretty straightforward. You got three doors. To the left is your cockpit. The middle door is your habitation, and the back door is for your cargo and engineering terminal and your components, or your primary components. Entering the cockpit here, you see you got some parts of your engineering gameplay right here. It's a pretty nice little feature there, shielding around your relays. Um, it looks like more componentry, radar, avionics, and gravity gen, and life support. Yeah, so that's a good location for that stuff, I guess. This looks pretty neat. Not really sure what these are for. Maybe later on they'll implement some gameplay for some server, data running kind of stuff. Um, nice pilot seat, I would say. You know, nothing really wrong with it. Um, main displays here look pretty good. I don't know. This ship is not far off from what I would want. Um, like I said, if that front had a tractor beam, uh, you know that would really be nice. I mean, there's so much room there. I'm not entirely sure why they didn't integrate it. I mean, it could have been set back in there a little ways. Um, it just would make sense. This feels like an exploration ship. It's not a fighter. It's not a hauler. It's only got 8 SCU cargo. Versus something like my 315P, which is an exploration ship, and that's got 12. And yeah, I don't know. It just feels like this should have had something up there. Maybe even a data port. I don't know, something. Overall looks good though. But back inside the ship, we'll go ahead and check out the habitation area. wonder if these just open. Yeah, okay. Might as well close that door. Oh yeah. Yeah, pretty nice overall. I like the doors. I like the design. The functionality seems, fairly Crusader. Um, doesn't feel like there's as much wasted space as some of the other ships. Suit locker. This is awesome. Definitely going to be a plus. Your weapons racks, equipment. That's very nice. The bed looks great. Standard bed. I don't know. Uh, Pretty basic for a starter, but hey, it's here. It's a lot nicer than an Aurora, So it looks like there's, oops, some kind of display over here. Let's see here. Okay, so your lighting. What's that do? Oh, nice. Ooh, yes. Yeah, see these little quality of life features. Yep, emergency mode. It looks like. Oops. Definitely a plus. Maybe put that light switch somewhere else. No, that's for the storage. That's for your, oh, that's your ship storage. Very nice. Not too big, but it'll work. Um, Actually, gonna go ahead and turn on that other lighting. Yeah, that looks great. Um, yeah, so I guess you got a little spot here to eat some good food, or maybe some bad food, depending on how long you've been out. Refrigerator, espresso maker, and whatever's going on here. Your standard bathroom. I mean, these are all pretty. Yeah, your standard bathroom. These are all pretty. Oh, look at that. I am the headless horseman. You might think it's Halloween right now, but it's not. Yeah, so standard bathroom. Come out into the hallway again, and we'll go back here to the cargo. Go back here to the cargo and the uh, engineering section of the ship. Yeah, cargo and engineering looks pretty good. A lot of room in here. I feel like they could have done a little more with this room. Feels really spacious. I almost feel like they could have maybe had this 8 SU restructured to fit. I don't know, maybe a little bit more. It's hard to say because the ship sits so low that you can't really stack 2 SCU tall in this, even if this shielded area was to the ceiling. Uh, your elevator wouldn't be able to go down far enough because the ship is just sits so low. Like I'll go out here. Yeah, see, I mean you're crouching down. You're pretty much. I mean you got maybe a couple inches between the top and bottom of your SCU box when you're sliding it in here, so wouldn't work. Couldn't have it be terribly tall. That's the downside, but it is a starter ship, so this is actually pretty sufficient. One downside about these drop-down cargo grids is stuff tends to clip through them. Early on stages here, this ship might have issues with that for a while. I know my 315P has been around for a long time, and I still have issues with stuff clipping through. So be aware of that. Something to think about. Not a deal breaker. I mean, you can certainly get your cargo to clip onto that, but if you find some guns out floating around in space and you want to throw them in here, they might not stay on that cargo grid. I like that it's shielded though. If this shielding had actual gameplay, like for instance for smuggling, if you couldn't scan through these shields, uh, that would be awesome. I do like it in terms of if someone else was loading you and you can leave these closed and just open your cargo grid, um, you know, like that. Lower it down, someone would load you up, and then you just bring up the grid and away you go. Pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess if oh, and if you didn't know, everything's size 1 here. I really feel like the shielding's a little bit lackluster. Should have at least 2 size 1 shields, but I do like how it's a quadrant shield, so if you get into some engagements, it's not going to take the whole thing down. It's not a bubble shield like some of the other ships, so well, actually most of the other ships with this size 1 shield. Uh, I would say that the quantum fuel at this time is a plus as well. This has over double the fuel of even the 315P or the Avenger Titan. I mean, everything else in starter class has less fuel basically, which it's certainly nice having that fuel. Get across to do some cargo running or track your bounties, anything like that. As far as vehicles go, getting them in and out of this, probably not going to be very easy. Just not made for vehicles. Simple as that. I have seen some other reviews of this ship where individuals try to fit the Mirai Pulse hover bike into it. Seems to be viable, actually. All this is subject to change. Obviously, this ship could change a lot in the coming days. You just don't know. I think a bed is basically a necessity. If you need to log out, don't want to go all the way back to a station, you're out checking stuff out, or want to get a head start on the next day, it's just nice to have a bed. Flies good, it's fast, fairly maneuverable, but overall, feels like it's a good starter ship. Yeah, if I had to give it a rating, I would say it's a 7 or 8 out of 10 maybe. In terms of starter ships, it's towards the top. The habitation is nice. The cargo is decent. I mean, it's not great in any aspect, but it is one of the only, or it might actually be the only ship in the starter class with engineering. So it's actually something to think about if you're interested in engineering gameplay. This might be the only starter ship that you'll get to experience that with for now. Yeah, I think that about does it. Yeah, just let me know what you think in the comments below. If this is going to be your daily driver or if you're considering it at all. And if you're new, let me know if you decide to pick this up. Hope you guys have a good time out there and stay safe in the verse.